And as I got there, I said to her, I'm from that house, can I have the food please? And that's when she just started swinging at me. Totally bit it off and then spat it into my ex-partner's hand. In her words, miscalculation.
DoorDash! When you guys use DoorDash, have you ever feared for your life? Have you ever feared that maybe you would lose an appendage or a digit maybe? All right, I gotta chill. I'm gonna try to not curse anymore, guys, straight up. I gotta chill. Today we have a crazy story that slid onto my desk, guys. A Deliveroo driver, which is DoorDash in like the UK or something like that, bit off a man's finger in an attempt to confirm the delivery? What is going on, bro? The UK is crazy. First they banned tobacco, which I did a video on. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It'll be linked up here somewhere. But now I guess this fucking delivery driver lady was going crazy with the news. She bit off this dude's finger, bro. So let's jump right into the story. We got a little news clip here from Good Morning Britain. Let's jump right in.
This is an extraordinary story on so many levels. So you're going to be fascinated by it and feel a lot of sympathy for those involved.
Get ready to feel sympathy. Get ready!
Bit off a customer's thumb has pleaded guilty to causing grievous bodily harm. Now, we're going to look at some of the images of the injury. We must warn you that they are pretty graphic, but if we have a look at them, then you'll see what we're talking about. So this is Stephen Jenkinson's...
All right, not for nothing, but you could have described this. This doesn't really tell us much. You know what I mean? But whatever.
After it was bitten off, he's left with life-changing injuries over an argument about a delivery code and hasn't been able to work as a plumber since.
And now he says he can't get any compensation because of the rider's employment
this poor guy,
status.
bro.
And he
All he
joins
wanted was
us
a pizza.
now. Stephen, we need to talk to you about what happened, but first of all, because everybody will be fascinated to see this, show us your thumb. Can you show it to our camera over there?
Yeah.
I know that looks like a thumb. In fact, that is half of your big toe,
Yeah, so
which has been sewn on.
That's the inside of my big toe. Yeah.
That is the inside of this man's big toe. Honestly, I gotta say, they did a killer job, guys. I think a lot of the time when something's completely amputated off, it just doesn't come back on. Like, this isn't something that everybody can relate to. I work in, like, you know, a very manual labor industry, rather. I've picked up a man's finger before. And it's crazy, dude. Like, it's a wild experience. From what they told him, they were like, there's so many complications that you're better off without it. But I guess with a thumb, you kind of need that. You know, that's kind of what makes us, we're ambidextrous, bro. Ambidextrous, is that the word? I don't think so, that doesn't sound right. But we got thumbs, bro. We got thumbs out here, brah. All right, anyway, onward. That's probably why they kind of concocted his thumb back into place.
Amazing.
So when I said it was extraordinary, you know, not the bit that we're going to focus on, but the medical science to give you that chance to have a working thumb of sorts is extraordinary, isn't it? How was it to go through that procedure?
It was a very challenging procedure to go through. So when I was taken into hospital, my thumb came with me in a bag of frozen blueberries.
Because she had bitten the thumb off.
Yeah, so she'd
But
completely...
it wasn't just like bit it, she bit it off.
So she totally bit it off and then spat it into my ex-partner's hand.
What? She spat it into his ex-partner's hand. Once you hear how this story unravels, I hope he shares it. If not, we'll jump to another video. But that is crazy, bro. That is insane. And think about that. She had to bite through the bone. You know, that's some force, dude. Holy.
So
Who caught it?
So she had to go and get the thumb off of her, and it was still in her mouth, and she spat it into her hand. And from there, I was taken in an ambulance with the thumb.
I don't know if he's gonna explain the full story, but essentially he went outside to get the delivery, and she was at the wrong address as well. I believe like she was like a little bit farther away from his house. So he went out, argued with her, she bit his thumb off, and then he ran inside, his girlfriend came out, and she spit it out. So that thumb was in her mouth mouth. She was sucking on it like a fucking Jolly Rancher for like a good minute, bro. What is going on out here?
The closest thing we had was a bag of frozen blueberries. When we got to hospital, they just said it's just unable to go back on.
All right, that adds up with the stories. They're all lining up.
I see.
So
hence the toe.
Hence the toe. So they gave me two options. They said we can either just give you a stump, you know, a skin graft over, so then you'll just have half a thumb, or we can do this procedure where I can take half your big toe off and put it on your thumb.
And you're a plumber,
Yes.
so your thumb
Just
matter.
before we get to that stuff,
Sorry.
how did you get to that position because of a pizza? How
Yeah,
did
good.
this
Thank you,
escalate?
lady. This guy's jumping way too far into the story. Thank you for winding it back, lady. I really do appreciate it. Let's hear the story from the man himself.
So we ordered food on the Deliveroo app, as most do. My ex-partner got a notification on the phone that said that the driver was outside. So I went to the door, opened the front door, nobody was there. I went back and I said, there's no one there. She sent her a message saying, you know, you're not at location, where are you? So again, I went back to the front door. So I had a look at where she was on the pin.
Yeah.
Gave the phone back, went outside, walked up the
locate
road.
it.
And as I got there, I said to her, I'm from that house, can I have the food, please? And that's when she just started swinging at me. So
Wasn't there a fight about whether or not you had the right delivery code?
No. So she asked me for the code, and I said to her, I don't have the code.
Right.
If you give me the food, I'll go and get you the code.
Yeah.
And that's when she just swung a punch and hit me in the
Swung
side
a
of the head.
I mean,
yeah.
Trying to get the code, trying to confirm. She's trying to do her job, bro. She's out here. She's one of Deliveroo's finest soldiers. She's like, you're not getting this food. I actually just punched my camera, bro. I'm sure you could hear it on the microphone. I literally just punched my camera. We're getting crazy out here, bro. Deliveroo. Anyway. So, yeah, dude, she's trying her best to keep her job, bro. She's defending your food. You should be happy that there's a woman willing to bite off some dude's finger in order to keep your food safe, man. You f***ed up. I mean, what the fruit, dude?
you know, she was, one could argue she's pleaded guilty, so, you know, she's taken her position and taken responsibility in that sense. But one could argue that she maybe was worried about handing it over.
You're actually trying to make this argument, lady. I'm joking out here. This lady bit off my man's thumb over a fucking pizza. Holy shit. Half the time when I order DoorDash, I will literally be on the phone with them. I'll be like, you're at the wrong house, dude. I know exactly where you are. You need to take this road there, beep, bop, boop. And they're like, oh, f you. Hang up. Next thing I know, I get a notification. Your order has been delivered. And I'm like, no, it hasn't, dude. Happens to me all the time. This lady's out here biting people's thumbs off. You're really trying to make that argument right now? Come on.
I think it was going to get that violent, did you?
I didn't think it would get violent whatsoever. You
No.
know, I simply said to her, I'm from that house, can I have the food?
Yeah.
And it just escalated so quickly.
How did your thumb end up in her mouth?
How did your thumb end up in her mouth? Like, literally. Good question, bro. Good question. I like it. It's funny. Very assertive. How did that wind up happening?
For me, I pushed her away like that to keep her at a distance.
I see.
And she was a little bit shorter than I am.
Yeah.
So as
She's
my
wearing a
hand
helmet.
went like that, she was wearing a helmet. My
This dude knows the story so well. Like, he loves this shit. He's like, wasn't there a code? Tell us about the code. Like, remember, wasn't there like a code situation? Oh, also don't admit the fact that she was wearing a helmet, bro. Do not do that. So this dude's like fully in. He loves this story. He's been watching, he's been following.
hand hit the side of her helmet. My
Right.
thumb went through the visor,
Right.
and she just clamped down until it was gone.
God.
Till it was.
So
That's some like good time skill. You know what I mean? If I was wearing a helmet and somebody like their thumb went in, I wouldn't think to go, you know, like damn, on the money with that shit. She's ready. She was ready.
you would have been in a total state of shock. Thankfully, the doctors managed to get you something, but suddenly you're, as Ed was going on to say, you're a plumber and your world has changed.
Massive. My whole life has changed because of this. You know, I've had to move out of my house. You know, I've separated from my partner. I don't get
Because of the pressure that
because of
what it
the
went
pressure
through.
that this has put on us, not only from a life point of view, but from a financial point of view. You know, our relationship just unfortunately broke down. You know, and I don't blame either of us
is
for that.
eating my man
It's,
alive, bro.
It's just
nightmare.
unfortunate how everything just spiraled.
And how much does that thumb work compared to your actual old thumb? Because as a plumber, it's quite a skillful, dexterous business.
Oh, massively. I mean, it's
Ambidextrous? Is that what I said earlier? That's the word I was looking for.
nothing in
I think.
comparison. You don't realise what you've got until it's gone. For example, the other day, my daughter threw all of her crayons on the floor, and I couldn't pick them up with this hand.
Okay.
Quite easily, I could pick them up with my left hand, but I could not pick up a crayon off the floor.
So
with
can
my
you
right
work
hand.
as a plumber now?
Damn.
Well, I have done no physical work at all since.
You mean you
this has
have been
happened.
able to do the fine
The small intricate details,
yeah.
you know, trying to hold, you know, fittings and joints in place to then obviously fix them together. It's
And in
just
fact,
not
the
something I
company
can
made
do.
you redundant, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you couldn't fulfil your role.
absolutely.
So we come to the question of, and this is where we get into the legalities of the contracts and how these situations work, don't we? What kind of compensation is available to you? What can you do?
Yeah, what does this guy get for a thumb being bitten off? I want to know.
My solicitor, Slater and Hearless, Alex Barley, he this is very much an ongoing, an open case.
With Deliveroo or with
Deliveroo?
With
No,
Deliveroo.
with Deliveroo. So, as far as I'm aware, from a legal standpoint, not knowing too much about the law, that this is very much ongoing, and these conversations are happening as we speak.
As I understand
Yeah.
it from the briefing
should we
which we
just-
had, let's
Sorry,
just explain
sorry,
this
sorry.
bit first. Deliveroo say that they contract with a deliverer who
Yes.
comes on a bike and deliver the food, but in this case, the woman in question wasn't that person. She was the partner
Yes.
of the person who would normally do the delivering, who they contract with, and therefore they say it's nothing to do with them. Although from my point of view, if you're a punter, you open the door to get your pizza and it's Deliveroo, it's Deliveroo.
Absolutely, absolutely, and this is what I want to
Yeah,
change.
what the f***? If you have people like using your app illegitimately, I feel like that's still on you, especially if something goes wrong, legally speaking. Bro, there's no argument there.
What I will fight and campaign to change, that whoever is the account holder is the person that is responsible for what happens. And you know, with Face ID, you're the person picking up the food and you're the person delivering the food.
Exactly.
And there can't be any account sharing whatsoever.
We have got
I think he's talking about how like I used to do delivery back in the day. Like Uber used to like scan my face and be like, "You are Peablar, have fun on the road." So he's saying there's biometrics to make sure that the correct driver is in fact on the road doing these deliveries. I wonder if they're also going to try to make the argument that like, "Hey, it was your girlfriend's account. Why were you answering the door?" You know, they're trying to do it one way, so why not the other? Deliveroo, come on, let's see what they gotta say.
a statement from Deliveroo. A spokesperson said that this was an awful incident. We ended the account of the rider concerned. They dealt with that immediately and have fully cooperated with the police on the investigation. But of course, you know, that doesn't help you in this position, does it?
No.
What would you like done?
I would like the laws to change around how these people can sign up to these Deliveroo apps and Uber Eats and all the others, so that you have to have the appropriate police checks, so that then there's no account sharing whatsoever. So when you know that Joe Bloggs is going to McDonald's, Pizza Express, wherever it is, to pick up the food, that is the person, because they have to use Face ID to pick up to say, I am this person picking up the food, and that exact same person has to Face ID to be able to hand the food over.
Rather delivery saying it's nothing to do with them. I mean, one other question. She pleaded guilty.
Yes.
She's being sentenced in May. The government says the prisons are full. Has she shown remorse to you? Has she apologised?
No.
Do you think the right thing is for her to go to prison to get a custodial sentence for this?
I absolutely think that she should go to prison for a custodial sentence because of this. You know, I was imprisoned in my house for 6 months. You know, I was bed and sofa bound for 4.5 months because I had to learn my toe had to re-heal. I had to obviously make sure that this attached. I had my foot in the air and my arm in the air for a very long period of time. And
Yeah, for
this is
real.
all a result of this person's, in her words, miscalculation.
She's
and
not
tiredness.
apologised to you or shown remorse?
Not at all. Not.
Miscalculation. That's how she's representing it. It was a miscalculation. What you trying to do? Just bite his fingernail off, lady? How is this a miscalculation? You started punching and swinging because he said, "I'll get you the code of the sack." Like, bro, what in the fruit?
Not any whatsoever.
It's a grim situation, and have you known of anything else like this happening? It feels like an unusual incident, thank goodness, but the consequences for you devastating.
I mean, there's a lot of different types of cases with delivery riders, from sexual assault to stalking to harassment to that poor 17-year-old boy that lost his life. And right now, delivery say it's not our problem, it's not our fault, you know, and that needs to change.
Well, you know,
really
let's
hard.
see from their statement, they took action in this instance very quickly, and there are of course risks as well, often for those doing the delivery. So it feels like the law needs to be looked at, as
Absolutely,
it's a very
yeah.
new way of operating relatively, isn't it? In our
The problem
modern
is
world.
that, you know, if you know, there's a complicated legal thing about Deliveroo's relationship in employment terms, wages, rights to the bike rider.
Which affects both sides.
It does, but as far as you're concerned as a customer, when you open the door, it's Deliveroo.
Yeah, absolutely. But you should have confidence that that person coming to your door is not going to bite your thumb off, is not going to stalk you, is not going to harass you, is not going to assault you. You know, we should feel safe that we're using these specific apps and tools, otherwise they shouldn't exist.
I mean, Deliveroo have said they have a zero approach to tolerance of ineligible, zero tolerance approach to any ineligible riders.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is sometimes the devil is in the detail.
I mean, that's the reality of the situation. It's a little less black and white than I think that they're making it on this news show. These are just random people, you know, in the industry. So, like, you're gonna get a few nuts who just snap one day. And these people, I'm sure, would not raise any red flags if they were to get a background check or anything. That's just how people are, man. When you're employing like hundreds of thousands of people, especially the way that their business model is set up, these people aren't working directly under supervision of like a manager per se. It's all independent contractors on the road. I think that's how it's set up. That's how it's set up here in America, at least. But there definitely should be some checks and balances. Absolutely, like he's correct in that. The Face ID thing sounds great. Uber's already doing it over here, I believe. So it's a crazy story, man. The dude just wanted some pizza and he got his finger taken off. No!
I mean, it's amazing that you've got some form of them, but of course your life is altered forever in what you can do. So good luck with that, and thank you for telling us your story.
Good luck with your campaign.
Thank you.
That is crazy, bro. I hope he gets everything that he deserves. A nice big payout from Deliveroo, and I don't know, man. Maybe like one of the CEOs should sacrifice his thumb. I don't know. What do you guys think of that story, bro? Have you ever ordered DoorDash and had a driver clamp onto your toe or something? Like, let me know down below. What is the weirdest DoorDash encounter? Oh my god, I cursed again. This is hard, bro. I'm trying. What is the weirdest DoorDash order, like, situation that you've had on Postmates or DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub? Let your boy Peablar know, dude. That's gonna be everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button and that bell, because you're gonna want to get in the loop. I post 3 times a week, so get ready, bro. Add Peablar to your schedule. Drop a like for your boy Peablar as well. I really appreciate it, and that's gonna be everything, guys. As for me, I am your boy Peablar. It's been real, and until next time, be well and peace.